We are in the state of Florida with a heartbreaking story of a mother of four who was shot and killed in front of her own children. After a long-standing feud with a neighbor ended with them firing several shots. The victim, a Black woman, and according to CNN, civil rights attorney Ben Crump identified the shooter as a white woman. The dispute was over Owen's children playing outside. CNN says the shooter engaged with Owen's children and threw a pair of skates at them. Owen confronted the shooter, which led to her being shot through the door. No arrest has been made in the case due to Florida's stand your ground law, which allows people to meet force with force. If they believe they or someone else is in danger.
Last Friday around 9 p.m., Ajika A.J. Owens, a mother of four, was shot and killed by an unidentified woman in Ocala, Florida.
After seeing that clip, what do you guys think about it? Pierre, let me come to you first.
It's tragic. It's tragic. But we as Black folks got to understand, there are laws that are just stuff that we don't get into too much. That stand your ground law, that's what Trayvon Martin. We seen what happened with Trayvon Martin, how that Zimmerman guy got away with that. We have to understand that this is what happens there, when you have a stand your ground law. So you got to be careful running into somebody's house, no matter what it is. You go to somebody's house and, at that point, you're on their property. And in Florida, if they feel danger, there's some danger coming, they get to shoot and unfortunately kill you. So I wish definitely the woman, who's so frustrated with the kids, call the police again, or the mother would have done that, instead of walking over there to her property, knocking on that door. Sure, that woman should have never shot through that damn door. But unfortunately, the way the laws are put down there in Florida, it works that way. We don't do that. Black folks don't shoot people like that, but that's not who we are. White folks or other people do. And them people, that white person felt the need, she was threatened. Oh my God, a Black woman, my neighbor. Come on, we know it's beef for a long time. And that was the perfect opportunity to shoot that lady. And she took advantage of it and may get away with it, which is shameful.
Thanks for that, Pierre. Capone, what about you? What was your reaction to it?
I'm just, I'm a little analytical on things, how when things like this happen, you have a white woman that shoots a Black woman, the stand your ground laws come popping up out of everywhere, and the spokespeople are Black. The officers are Black. They don't even want the white supremacy to get up on the front of the podium and talk. They put us up there and we fall for it. Florida should be closed. Anybody Black should be closed and don't participate in anything Florida has to offer. Disneyland, that racist, devilish island, all of that stuff, man. And they making these laws out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, it just keeps coming. And every day you look at something in Florida, and you're like, wow, oh man. It's not surprising. So yeah, I'm a little furious about it, but of course, like Pierre said, those are the laws, and they're going to keep going by whatever they can do to keep us from being strong in any part of Florida.
Good points made from both of you. And I completely understand what Pierre is saying. And I also get your frustration, because when I look at it, I don't have any kids as yet. But when you think about the fact that this happened in front of her kids, and then on top of that, if I was in her shoes and somebody threw something at my child unprovokingly, I'm going to get upset as well. I don't know exactly how I'm going to react in that moment. You can't say, well, she should have thought before she went on there. When you have your kids, when you have kids and somebody playing around with their kids, and especially because in the report, you saw where this has been going on for a while, and she even called the police before on the children, there comes a moment when you just could snap. Now, I'm not saying she went over there in aggression or whatever, but what I'm saying is in that moment, you ain't thinking. You just going over there to deal with the situation at hand. And another thing that I read was in terms of law enforcement, with the stand your ground law, they cannot make an arrest as yet because of the law. So the police have to act in accordance with the law. So they cannot make an arrest. They cannot say who the person is, because then the person is also looked at as a victim. The shooter is looked at as a victim as well. And it's just, I completely agree with Capone, Florida. these laws and Pierre, the laws that Florida have can really be a danger and also a very an asset to people who wish to do grievous harm to somebody else. So those are my thoughts on it.
And since we know that, we know Florida's like that. And if you live in Florida, please be mindful. I understand someone's messing with your children and all that kind of stuff. I definitely get that. But look at the result that it could turn into, and a woman can get away. And if you're saying, hey, man, I don't give a damn. If I'm mad, I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. Okay, well, if you get killed and that person gets away with it, we're back at square one again. Look at your children. So we as Black folks got to be cognizant at times. I get it. But if you want to sit there in the comments and say, I don't give a damn, you do my child, I'm coming up your ass. Okay, come for me and I'm going to blow your brains out and I'm going to get away with it. That's how does this work out? How is it working for the children and stuff? You know what I'm saying? How? So as Black folks, yes, that stand your ground law, it works for us too. If we want to use it, we just aren't that kind of people that use it like that. We'd rather do verbal confrontation. They want to shoot. So just understand that, man. Please, Black folks, in any state that has a stand your ground law, be mindful. I don't care what it is. Try to have the strength to say, hold on, before I go over there with some aggression, they could kill me and get away with it. And I have a family to protect, to take care of. What does that prove after you're murdered? What did it prove? There it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely down with Capone. I tell all my friends that say they want to go to Florida. Florida is a no-go right now. That is a no travel zone. We not going. I don't want no trips to Florida right now. Because I agree, it is absolutely crazy. I want to go around the room really quick. Danielle, great job laying up the story. Definitely a heartfelt one. Danielle, and I'll start with you. Obviously there's a protocol here, right? Because we have the Stand Your Ground law. Once this does go through, do you think she should be arrested for the situation, the white lady that did the shooting?
Off of the mere fact that her door wasn't open. So this woman was outside of your door. And from what I read, she had her 9-year-old son next to her. So I think the woman should be arrested. The door was never open. She was never in your house. She was on your property, but she never was in your house. You had time to pick up that phone and call the police. So I think she should be arrested.
Capone, same question to you. What are your thoughts? Do you think once, protocol is gone through, do you think this lady should be arrested?
Yes, yeah. Just a mere fact, it was premeditated. Like Danielle said, the door was closed. They wasn't arguing, whether it was yelling back and forth or whatever. There's more than, fight. But to shoot a woman with 4 kids, come on, yeah, she should definitely be locked up for a long time.
Pierre, last but not least, same question. What do you think? Do you think she should be arrested?
Of course. She's taking advantage of that law. That's what she's taking advantage of it. It meant if someone's bringing force to you, deadly force to you, right? But you're hiding behind a door. She had time enough to call the police herself and do something about that. So yes, she should, because I don't want it to become normalized where stand your ground law means as soon as somebody does anything or says something to you, you feel like you're threatened, you got to shoot and kill them. We got to stop and say, hold on, unless you see a gun being pulled out on you, about to get you killed, or a baseball bat or something coming at you, then I see that. But just somebody being mad, even at your doorstep, calling you names and stuff, whatever it is, aggression, if they have not come through that door, you can have a chance to call the police. But she's trying to take advantage of, some people try to take advantage of the stand your ground law and say, oh my God, I'm afraid, I've got to shoot this person. Fuck her, lock her up forever.
Absolutely, and I think there should also be an assault added to that, because if I heard correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Danielle, she also threw a pair of skates at the kids, and I do believe the woman was actually going to retrieve an iPad that the lady did take. So, that's stealing, that's an assault, that's murder. Like there should be charges racked up here. So I couldn't agree with you all more.